And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. One of the more frustrating and challenging aspects of Bible study is the translations themselves. Still another is the need to think parabolically when considering any particular subject. What I mean is, we cannot immediately take a lot of what we read as literal, especially in the book of Revelation. Simple logic dictates that the two beasts in Revelation chapter 13 are symbolic, the first rising out of the sea and the second out of the earth. Interestingly enough, the second is called the false prophet, first in Revelation 16:13, and again in Revelation 19:20 and 20:10. This is confirmed by the fact that this beast has two horns like a lamb, suggesting a Christian appearance, but speaks like a dragon or serpent, suggesting deception, hence a false prophet. Not an individual, but a collective entity, just like the one rising from the sea, is what Paul told Timothy was a form of godliness. Most of us realize that the beast rising out of the sea could never be taken literally, unless of course we believe that the movie Godzilla is based on true events. The same can be said for the beast rising out of the earth or the great red dragon in Revelation chapter 12. In our preceding passages, we see the beast and the false prophet thrown into the lake of fire, then the devil, which most believe is a fallen angel of sorts. Finally, we have death and hell thrown into the lake of fire, as well as whosoever was not found written in the book of life. I think all of us know that death and hell are certainly not individuals by any stretch of the imagination, but states of being. My take, death is the essence of the carnal nature and mind, while hell is its manifestation. I touch on this in other studies on my channel. What we have here is a mixture of different entities and states of being, along with those not found in the book of life, all cast into a lake of fire. Quite the picture, isn't it? And one which certainly deserves consideration. No wonder it's so confusing, especially when we try to bring it down to a present reality that makes sense to us. So, one must ask, why are all these things thrown into the lake of fire in the first place? Well, according to what we learned in the previous study about the sixth trumpet, is it not to invoke repentance from our dead works? Isn't that the intent of the message of the cross, the gospel of Christ? You see, my friend, tradition has managed to change this lake of fire into quite the drama, one which certainly makes us Christians look good and everyone else pathetic, destined for eternal torment in some form or another. Folks, self-sacrifice is not a Christian doctrine, but a spiritual law and essence flowing from our Creator that has been with us since our beginning. And because it is spiritual in nature, it cannot be confined by any religious boundaries we wish to entertain. Coming back to what is thrown into the lake of fire, let me give you my take in a simple list that I believe makes sense and all of it Bible-based. Keep in mind that Jesus said the kingdom is within. Now here's something interesting. The spiritual meaning of 3 is a complete witness. So when we see death and hell as states of being, it appears they are the manifestation of the complete witness, consisting of the carnal nature, mind, and haughty spirit. If my understanding is correct, the carnal nature and mind is a result of a haughty spirit. So again, we have a complete witness when the 3 are brought together. As for those not found written in the book of life, its parallel verse is in Revelation 21:8. This is everyone except those who overcome, which sets them apart from the rest of us, setting the standard by which all of us are judged. These are the souls under the altar in the fifth seal, synonymous with the 144,000 in Revelation chapters 7 and 14. They rule and reign with Christ, and it is evident that not everyone receives this privilege. Another interesting thing, there are 6 things on the list, and 6 is the number of man and his enmity with God. Fits well with our perspective, does it not? Lake fire, where we find living water for those who thirst after righteousness, and the all-consuming and purifying fire of the day that declares each one's work of what sort it is. Lake fire, the second death, self-sacrifice, self-denial, losing our lives for His sake. Not something to come, but a present reality. Not a religious action of sorts, or the building up of another ministry, church, or denomination, but a deep and abiding inward shift formed by the power of God's Spirit in our heart and mind. It is the work of resurrection in our being. Tradition sees the lake of fire as some sort of judgment, and indeed it is, for all of us, without exception, are judged by the message of the cross. Every natural and man-made disaster that destroys lives, every school shooting, every death due to drugs, and every person lost in war is a call to lay down our lives for others. Thanks to technology, the love of self has reached an intensity unlike any other time in history, and it's destroying us from the inside out. Sadly, many believe they'll escape by means of a rapture, and this despite the fact that Jesus taught otherwise. The days of Noah and Lot, not an upcoming event, but a present reality. And the day when the Son of Man is revealed, we've touched on it some, but we'll get more into it in the next study. Until then, may God bless you in your walk with Him.